This is a little video about how I cured what I think was dropsy in my white veranda here. This is Monday, and Friday between 9 and 12 he pine coned, and by Friday evening his scales were all at 90 degrees to his body. And then as the night went on, he was bloodshot. All of his pelvic fins and his dorsal fin, and you can see the wrist of his tail still a bit red. So he was in a pretty bad state. I spoke to a local fish aquatics seller, and he said that dropsy was pretty much incurable, which I know because I've lost 2 verandas before, and suggested that it might just be better to euthanize him, which wasn't great to hear. Anyway, so I decided that Saturday morning I'd take him to the shop and let the chap euthanize him for me. But then I woke up Saturday morning and the bloodshot parts of his veins had lessened. He was still bloodshot, but it wasn't as bad, and he was still active and swimming around throughout the duration of being ill, actually. So I wasn't too keen to euthanize him when he was seemingly happy, although he looked in a bad way. So Friday I treated my tank with all of these. Kind of took the, dare I say, kill or cure route, to be honest. And I didn't separate the fish from the main tank because I thought it might stress him out even more. Plus, if my blackmore was going to get poorly as well, I might have caught him. By the way, the white spots on the blackmore have always been there. It's nothing to be concerned about. It's just part of his nostrils. So yeah, I left the veranda in the main tank. I changed the water every week anyway, up to 75%. On this occasion I just did 20%. I didn't want to lower the level too much and stress him out even more. So I did 20% and actually put warm water back into the tank to raise the temperature, because I've read that warming the temperature of the water helps the poorly fish. So I put the warm water back in and raised the whole tank by a couple of degrees, and like I said, just to kind of treat the whole tank. And then these 3 I've had them for ages, and you just put in a set amount for the size of the tank. And also got some peas in there, shelled peas, which he ate promptly, as per usual. On the Friday he ate them, and then immediately started to poo and push out a lot of airy poo, actually. And this morning, Monday, he's just started to poo what I would say is normal, which is brown and reddish poo based on the peas and satsumas and pellet that I feed them. So Saturday did another 20% water change, and also put a bigger, stronger air stone in because of red aeration, and raising the temperature is good for dropsy, which I thought it was. As you can see, his scales on his right hand side are still a bit proud, but he's a million times better, and he's not as bloodshot. Well, he's not bloodshot at all. The pink you can see on his head, he's always had that because he's very white fish and quite transparent, but there's a tiny bit of bloodshot on his pectoral fin, you can see. But he's happy, and a million times better. It was horrible. His scales were literally at 90 degrees, but that's a good angle. You can see that that side's still out, but he's getting better, and he's had plenty of peas and satsumas. I haven't given him any pellet. I just want to give him vegetation and stuff to try and flush him through. So yeah, I think I might have cured Dropsy. I wouldn't say it was anything other based on previous experience of poorly goldfish. I'm not recommending that this is how you treat Dropsy yourself, but I just wanted to share what worked for me, because he was very, very, very poorly. Different to the other Orandas that I've had with what I thought was Dropsy. They literally started to float within a day of me noticing, but it happened so quick with this one, and I was able to treat him. I think I cleared out any blockage and water retention that he might have had quite sharpish, thank goodness, because he's we've had him for a few years, and they are, I don't know if you can see, but he's quite big. It's not a very good scale. But yeah, he's a big old boy and much loved by my daughter, so we didn't want him to die. But yeah, Jerry lives another day, so yeah, cool. Best of luck.